my tanks from getting frightful. That's the same. Make it delightful. To keep my tanks from getting frightful. That's the same. Make it delightful. To keep my tanks from getting frightful. When we finally beat each other, good night. Honestly, we can join the Discord. Making fish, keeping your daylight. Make sure to keep your fishies warm. Now our troubles are sliding. No more plants and fish are dying. As long as we have all the fishes show. Let it flow, let it go, love you show.
Hello, Mary, try and sort this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. 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 Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
All right.
I think that one will do.
Just fine. You're just fine.
Good morning, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Good morning. Good morning.
I love that song.
I do too.
I am so glad you found it.
That's when it all began. That's when it all.
And Mary, we love your song too, Mary.
Oh,
We were afraid it was lost.
we just weren't the same without dancing to it.
I
Can you
know.
hear me?
I said we love your song too, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. We have a birthday girl,
Yes,
so we bring her up.
Yes.
we should.
Bring her right up. Come
Here
on,
she
let's have 6
is.
people up here.
Here she is, Tisha.
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 And her mom and dad.
Okay.
Hi there.
She has her mom and dad with her.
Really
Oh,
got
nice.
the mom and dad there.
Oh, she's got to put her headphones in. Hang
Got
on.
to put her heads on. All right. Can you hear us? Can she hear us? I don't know. Hello.
We see you.
Nice to see you. Happy birthday, Tisha. Now we're going to all sing. Can you
Happy
hear us?
birthday.
She can't hear us.
Doesn't work
Can you
that
hear
well,
us?
but I'll leave it to Mary to
Dutch.
say
I
happy
can
birthday.
speak Dutch. I can speak Dutch. Daughter, her husband, and our grandkids live in Holland. I can speak Dutch.
All right.
I don't think she can hear us.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
Say something.
Let me ask her in.
Give us a
in the
thumbs
chat.
up if you can hear it.
Can you hear us?
Her headphone's broken.
Oh
it's not
no.
Oh dear.
I wanted to sing. I want to sing. I want to sing Happy Birthday in Dutch.
Oh, can you do it, Lee? That'd be
Can
great.
you?
But I can't,
That is
can I?
great.
I want to sing happy birthday in Dutch, but I can't, can I?
Very nice.
Okay, well, we got her.
Do it, Lee.
What's that?
Do it, Lee. Oh, what was that?
There's no point. Oh, she's, yeah, right, okay. Titia.
Yeah.
Titia. Beautiful lady. Let's sing happy birthday in Dutch as we English understand it.
Okay.
1, 2,
You
3.
can hear her.
Good
I heard
morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, Tisha. Good morning.
Good Lord.
That's Dutch. Happy birthday.
Love you,
Happy
Lee.
birthday in Dutch.
Happy birthday
Birthday to you.
That's what it
Happy
sounds like.
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy birthday,
Birthday,
dear
Happy
Tisha.
birthday, dear.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday to
And many more.
Thank you.
Throw it in.
Love you, Tisha.
Wonderful.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Right.
that was wonderful.
Happy birthday,
We all got it.
Tisha.
Weet ik net dat ze dat
Do you
weten.
have a fun day planned with your parents?
What are you going to do today, Tisha?
I don't know, something. Just celebrating.
Yeah.
Celebrate? Wonderful.
Being together.
Yes.
Do your parents love your aquarium?
What do you think of my aquarium?
Oh, die is mooi.
Yeah, beautiful, she says.
Have
Oh,
they seen
Done
your
so
new
well.
home? Have your parents seen your new home?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
So you need to do that today. Show them your new home today.
what's your favorite kind of cake?
Can you?
Oh, I didn't know she heard me. I said, what kind of cake are you going to have? Do you have a favorite?
Strawberry cake.
That
Ooh.
sounds good.
Oh,
That's a
that's
perfect choice. Yes,
That's a great choice.
yes.
Well, happy birthday, Tisha.
Titia.
You.
Oh, look at
Ignore everyone.
that. Already.
Titia,
Oh, yeah.
ignore everyone else.
Yes,
Can I say hello to your dad? Can I say hello to your dad?
Ooh, nice.
Hello, Titia's dad. Ooga booga booga dingle.
Dat is mijn ook.
Hello.
Oh, hallo, dat je deed.
She's a beautiful lady. Oh, we love you, Tisha. So happy.
The Dutch have a brilliant sense of humour. The
Do
Dutch
they?
people have a beautiful sense of humour. They are brilliant.
Well, Tisha, have a wonderful day.
Yes.
So
Yes.
happy, so happy to be able to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And
Makes
we will
it
see you
special.
later. Thank you. Bye now.
Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Tisha,
Have a great day.
Bye.
have fun. Have a great visit.
Love her. She is the sweetest.
She is.
Happy birthday, Tisha.
Yes. Let's get everybody. Let's get everybody back up here. There we
Hello,
are.
Mastermind. You made it over?
Yes.
Mercy,
Made over from
mercy,
Catfish
mercy.
Terry.
Yes.
I was lurking because I was
Yeah.
on my payroll,
Catfish.
but I saw him come in.
Albert DeBoer. Albert asked if he could come up today. We'll have him up
Okay.
as soon as he gets ready to do so. And there was somebody else, I think, Aquarium Cop. Hello, Aquarium Cop.
Yes.
Delighted to see you.
He's in the house and dropping links
Yes.
Yes.
at the same time. Thank
Have you lost volume, Lee? I think Lee can't hear us. Hello, what happened?
Hey,
Yeah, we can't hear you.
check yourself.
And Mary
I
can't
know
hear
because I wasn't saying anything.
us.
What is it with cats that just want to play right next to the door?
You should have
Because
seen
it's
them
fun.
behind me a little
I
while ago on
wasn't
this
saying
thing.
anything.
Okay, Albert says drop the link, Father Fish.
Oh, very good. I'm ready. Got it.
All right, there you go, Albert.
Oh, lovely. Holly collected some plants yesterday.
Mastermind.
Nice.
I'm going to the fridge to get a beer.
You're what?
It's going to get a beer.
Behave while I'm gone. Behave. All of you behave while
Yeah,
I'm
guaranteed.
away.
All right.
We will. We'll be good.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, I didn't realize he was leaving. Yeah, bye, Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No,
clicked.
he booted them out.
Okay. Got you. Are we all showing mugs?
We're showing our mugs today.
Showing our mugs.
La,
Cheers.
la, la. You
What
make
do you
your
have in your mug?
Father
People are
Fish
going to have
mug.
nightmares with all these father fishes going through this.
Ay, ay, ay.
Albert the beer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Albert.
Hi, Albert.
Nice to see you. Let's see. Let's get you.
Yeah,
Albert.
Here we are.
really great to be here. I really wanted to say all the time already in person hello because you sent me the mug, you know.
Oh,
So,
look at that. Look at that. All right.
Very nice. There you go.
Very nice.
so
Stuff on.
yeah, and now that Joey came online, I thought, yeah, I have to be quickly to say hello because this channel will grow a lot, of course, now. So
Right.
Mm.
It come on before it grows.
Well, delighted to have you here.
yeah, I'm happy to be here. Hello to Mary, Cassie B, Joey.
Hi, Albert.
Hello, Albert. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So otherwise, yeah, it's not so personal, you know. I thought it's nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to see what everybody looks like.
It's
Yeah,
It's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
So,
Excuse me.
where
Yeah,
are
we
you,
put a picture up,
Albert?
but not everybody does.
I'm also living in the Netherlands,
Ah, okay.
so I'm the second Dutch person.
Right. I don't know if we've had any others.
How? Oh, sorry.
Aquatic Conquest. Where is he? Does anybody know? I thought
he was in
He's with
England.
Lee, isn't he?
I think he's
Yeah,
in
isn't he in
England.
maybe he's in England.
Yeah. I thought. I could be wrong.
Well, happy to have you. What do you have for fish tanks, Albert?
Well, I actually don't have a fish tank.
Oh my!
That's
I want
okay.
to. I'm already busy in my mind what I want and what how to set it up.
Okay.
So I was really planning this year. I was planning to buy a fish tank, but yeah, in Amsterdam, not so far away from here, there is a very good fish shop. But due to the corona and all the time lockdowns, you know, so I postponed it. And so yeah, I'm planning to have a tank with a deep deep substrate. So
what size tank
Yeah,
are you
how big?
thinking about?
yeah, I was thinking about around 200 250 liters. That would be in gallons, I think, like
Around 100,
50,
maybe 75.
50 to 55 gallons, I think.
Oh, okay. That's a nice size tank.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah, too small. I think maybe it's difficult to have an equilibrium. So I thought to go a little bit bigger than for instance, what Titia has. I saw.
Yeah. Small is good when you're in a small apartment, but you know, if you can go bigger, do it.
Yeah, my apartment is actually not so big, so.
If you have a spot.
You can do a lot with a small tank.
If you can get one that is more than 12 inches deep front to back, if it's like 18 inches deep, that you'll be able to do a lot more with it. So there are tanks that are 3 foot wide and 18 inches deep and about 2 feet tall. That's the same gallonage, the same volume, but it's a deeper tank, so it gives you more ability to escape it.
Ah, yeah. That's a good idea.
So look
I still
around.
like a 20 gallon. I mean, I've got the 40 and I still think my 20 looks pretty big.
So
Excuse me.
I also have a question, by the way. I was thinking about that the other day. When
Yeah.
you, I have a here where I have space that's near a window that's on the south. So a lot of times, a lot of sun is coming through that window. And I also read something about it in the Wallstat book, that if sun is coming on your substrate, that is not too good. I don't know if you have any experience with that.
Yeah, I don't worry about it. It's only affecting what's right at the glass. So it's really not affecting the totality of the substrate, just that inch or so right at the glass.
Ah,
And I would assume it's beneficial. Uh,
ah,
I
yeah.
I really like sunlight in a tank. Uh, the trick is to have enough plant material in there that you don't get a lot of algae.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
matter of competing, have enough plants to compete with the algae. But it makes the fish much brighter colored, and I think it
Ah,
makes
yeah.
the tank healthier. I really like natural sunlight,
Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
and
That
it's
sounds.
only going to be for an hour or two anyway. It's not going to be all day long.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So yeah, maybe the temperature rises then a bit, but I don't know.
Much it will not affect temperature.
Ah, okay. That's good to know then. Thanks. Yeah.
You bet. Wonderful. Well, that'll be
Good.
exciting.
Yeah. I will. When I buy it, I will let you know, and I keep you updated. So
Yes, please do. Absolutely.
yeah. So it's really great to have discovered this channel. You know. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, it's a new inspiration.
You will be well
Did I
prepared.
miss something? Did you talk about what substrate you're going to put in there?
Yeah,
Or
he's
what's
going to
the
do
one?
a deep substrate.
Yeah, deep substrate. So I'm planning to buy just this normal potting soil I use here for my plants, for my house plants. I think it's very rich because my house plants are growing like crazy on it. So
That's good.
Put some extra iron in.
okay.
Iron oxide, mix in with the soil. That'll help the whole thing last longer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will think about that. Yeah. Good idea.
Wonderful.
Well, whatever tank you do get, you might go back and go, I wish I'd gotten bigger.
Yeah. Right. Well, actually, I kept an aquarium when I was younger. When I was from 11 till my early 20s, I had an aquarium, and then I lost the track of the hobby later because I lived abroad, and so it wasn't with deep substrate, but yeah, I think when you once get in the hobby, it will always stick to you. You know, you won't forget it, so you always want to get back to it.
Yeah. You bet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once the bug bites you, you gotta return to it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
Well, when I wasn't in the hobby, I definitely took my time. And whenever I went to the pet store and always look at the fish, just sit there and look at them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah.
So glad you're going to get a tank. This is going to be fun.
It will.
And you're on Discord too, aren't you? Are you on our Discord?
No, I'm not. But I will. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea then when I get.
Yeah, when you get it going.
Yeah, that I have 24-hour support.
Yeah, you'll have 24-hour support. Exactly.
Then Roman is saying, go to the tulip farms and beg for some real soil. You'll be pleased.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah, the tulip farms. Yeah.
Did you say what sand you're using?
Yeah, I have no clue.
No.
what kind of sand I should use or where
Yeah,
to get it. You know?
It doesn't really matter. Any kind will do. Look around and see what's available. You could even collect wild sand, whatever you like. It just needs to be fine enough. Gravel is not fine enough. Needs something finer on a level of sand.
Yeah. And do you wash the sand?
You can. It depends where you get it from. I mean, you don't want can tabs and cigarette butts in it. So, if you
Might I say, you might want to just put it in a bucket beforehand and rinse it just to see how cloudy it gets, and that'll tell you to keep rinsing it.
Yeah, it might have dust in it as well. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, I leave. I will leave because then I leave some room for somebody else who wants to come up.
Thank you, Albert. Happy to have you.
Thank you, Albert.
You're welcome.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
And looking forward to seeing what you do. That's going to be exciting.
For sure.
Okay, thank you, Mary.
We share.
Well, Albert will be like the ones that are the most important. He's going to come in new. He's going to set it up Father Fish's way, and he's going to have success, and it's going to be exciting. So looking forward to it.
So, so we have a lockdown now here. We are since more than a week in a lockdown, and that will be at least till the 19th of January.
Oh, goodness.
So all shops are closed. Only the supermarkets are open.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to look for sand or in a garden shop or so. I will set it up. Probably. Yeah, at the end of January or February. So.
Are you near any beaches or rivers? You could go collect your own.
No. There is not. Yeah, there are canals here, but no rivers. So no.
They're below sea level.
Yeah.
Yeah, or go to the sea here to collect sand. Yeah. So there's a lot of water here, so there is always sand. That's probably. But,
well, check it out. That may be the solution.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's maybe a good idea. Yeah.
Local is best.
Yeah, that's true.
Really.
Okay, guys.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Good to see
Bye,
you,
Albert.
Albert. Good to
Albert. We'll see you.
Bye.
We'll see you in the chat.
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Father
Oh,
Fish,
how
you have
sweet.
a question from Dreamweaver at 921.
Okay.
If you would like to address that.
Do it.
Okay, I have done dirty tanks for around 5 years. I'm becoming more and more interested in Father Fish method. I've never used many elements as he does. I do wonder if he has ever used Mexican clay for iron.
Well, not specifically. I have used some cat litter, and I like it. I tend to put iron in. I just started with liquid iron, which breaks down a little easier. I've been using iron oxide for years, which breaks down very, very slowly. I think clay is really an excellent additive in the dirted tank. I have not used it extensively. It's something that's come to my attention more recently. The trick with clay is to aerate it. The problem with clay is it's very dense. So it does not help to put a layer of clay in because the roots won't be able to get in it. They'll live around the edges of it, on the surface of it, but they won't be able to get in it. It's simply too dense. So it needs to be broken up, which makes the cat litter, the red bag Walmart cat litter, uniquely valuable because it is it doesn't melt. It doesn't turn into liquid in the water. It maintains its integrity. It's fired at a higher temperature, I guess, which means that it's going to work better and be able to release nutrients. Clay has about the highest nutrient level of any soil, but it is very difficult to use as a nutrient additive because of its density. So if you're using it, and this is frankly the reason I have not, is because of the difficulty of aerating it, of getting it mixed in. The way to do it is to liquidize it, get it in water, get it in a liquid state, a thick, viscous liquid state, and then mix soils into that, like peat moss, potting soil, and the like. It's just more trouble than I've been willing to go through. But my hunch is it would create a really excellent and very long lasting soil. So I think it's well worth doing. And it's something I need to start experimenting with. It may be that it's the ultimate solution to the whole issue of the permanent substrate.
Well, Amber is saying Special Kitty is her favorite brand. You can get it at Walmart for $2.50 for 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap and it's pretty effective, and it does not turn to mud.
Yeah, that would be good. But I know what you mean. Clay does tend, if you just put clay down, it would pack so hard. I don't think the roots would ever get through it.
Yeah, the roots can't get through it, and they don't. I mean, that's the nature of clay. Here in Florida, the fish farm.
That's interesting. Dreamweaver has a comment about balling up the clay.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Here in Florida, the fish farms are all built on top of a deep clay bed that's about a foot deep, about a foot thick of clay that occurs at about 15 to 20 feet depth. So they dig down to that and try very carefully not to break through it, because if they break through it, all of the water in the pond will drain out.
Right.
If they do not break through it, they'll be on the topmost layer, the topmost level of the water table, which is where rainwater is and softer water, and that's the water that's in the Everglades. It's water sitting on top of that clay bed, that 1 foot thick clay bed. So even the whole Everglades is dependent on clay in order to keep the water at the surface and not let it go down into the deeper aquifers. We have aquifers here in Florida that are hundreds of feet deep, vast lakes that are very, very deep. They're under that clay level. Now, the clay level is not universal throughout Florida. It exists in the Tampa area and points south along the coast. I don't know how far inland it goes. I don't think it goes all the way in. Lake Okeechobee, for example, is not sitting on clay. So that gets deeper as it goes down.
That's what the pond here in my yard is sitting on clay, and it's exactly what you said. It holds the water, and it's right near the water table. So
yeah, that's right.
But that's why it doesn't dry out in the summer completely.
Right,
because it holds.
But it's dense enough that even water does not pass through it. So they're not able to get into it.
So
Cassie, what did you have?
They need to make sure they mix it. Yeah.
Right.
Going back to the clay in your aquarium. Dreamweaver had a comment about what he does with the clay.
Yes.
He was asking about that, and he said he usually balls up the clay into small balls, and then dries it and then mixes it.
Huh.
Maybe you can roll them real tiny, let them dry, and then mix it in with all the soil.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I think we need to try different ways of doing that. Um, I'm real interested in clay. As I said, I've not really experimented with it much at all, other than to use a little bit of cat litter in some of my mixes. But my hunch is that clay is really going to be the key to establishing very long lasting deep substrate systems. And we need to try all different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So, but let's, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I
Joe.
said I live on a peninsula, and there's one side that basically is clay. The shore is clay. It's interesting, and then the other side is more mud and a sand sort of gravel mixture. It's interesting that it's different on either side.
Huh.
Do you notice a difference?
It's easier to dig clams on the sandy side.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That is
More life.
I mean, I haven't gone down and studied it. I just know from a kid, running around playing on the shore, that there are differences. And I guess I would say I see more grass and things growing on the sandier side up close to shore than I do on the clay side, probably because it's so dense.
Right.
So I would say you want to be careful in your tank. Yeah, just to make sure you get a good mix.
Yeah. Well, and the kitty litter is already small, like little small balls. So it's already.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It
You
is. But as long as you mix
don't have to
it with
hand roll
something
your
else.
own.
Yeah, and they're also porous. I mean, it's baked clay.
Right.
So by driving moisture out, they're creating air pockets in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's fired at a high enough temperature, it will not melt. At a very low temperature, it'll just turn into mud, as clay does. If you mix it in with a lot of water.
Okay.
Well, that's exciting. That's neat.
Yeah.
Big
And
city. That is.
We have a question at 9:29, Father Fish.
Yes.
Yep. From Robert.
From Robert. Can eggshells be used as a source of calcium in the substrate?
You betcha, and they do break down pretty easily. The best way to use them is to crush them into a powder, and then sprinkle them in. They're virtually pure calcium, so it's really an excellent source. You should always save your eggshells. Eggshells have enormous value in fish tanks. They can even be used as food. Fish such as Plecostomus and other catfish, which are armored animals, that depend on being able to get a certain amount of calcium for their diet. So it's a valuable additive in any. We have another guest here. Mastermind Show. Anybody know who this is?
I just saw him for the first time in Catfish Terry's this morning.
Yep. He's been streaming around today. He's meeting everybody in the community.
Well, let's say hello, shall we?
Yes, welcome.
Mastermind.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
How are you?
I'm still blessed and still here, man.
Welcome. Where are you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I can hear it in your voice.
I put my teeth in for your show, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Are you? How long you been on YouTube, Mastermind?
About 3 years, man.
Okay. And what kind of fish tanks do you have?
I just have a simple aquarium, but I don't have any fish in it. But I am a fish. I'm a Pisces, you know?
You are a fish. I see. Well, we need you. We need to get you to hang around so you can learn how to do a deep sand bed and get that fish tank going.
All right.
Yep. He's going to get on board.
I want to get one of your mugs too, man. You take PayPal?
Yes. Send $20 $25. I'm sorry, $25 to PayPal. Fatherfish at fatherfish.net. Make sure you include your address and make a comment about wanting a mug. And you will get a mug, a bumper sticker, some other stickers, an algae scraper, and whatever other goodies we have.
Nice.
$25 to PayPal, fatherfish at fatherfish.net. Not .com, .net.
Just like a fishing net.
Like a fishing net. That's it, right? So you're around visiting the fish tube, are you?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's nice.
All
nice,
the fish family.
Nice to have you drop by.
Yeah, man.
And you said you found that. Where did you find Catfish Terry? You found it in the group. I can't think of the name. The group where everybody goes in.
Something
I can't
like
remember what you
fish.
said this morning. You found it. Where's
Fish
that place?
tube on
Mary?
Facebook.
No, where everybody goes to see the list of what's going on. I can't think of
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I thought that's where you said you found Catfish Terry and now Father Fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever that name is that I can't think of.
Right.
But the whole point I was trying to make is that it works. Wherever everybody's listing all that stuff, it works because it's brought a new person. So
right.
that's nice.
Well, we need to get you putting that fish tank together.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mastermind Show. Good to have
All right, man.
you.
It's good. It's good to be here.
Thank you.
Great seeing you again.
See you again.
Yeah, I'll probably see y'all again another day.
Yeah, come back when you get your fish tank set up.
Okay.
Or when you're ready. We'll help you do it.
All right. I'll probably do it in the summer, man. The winter's not too good for me right now.
All right. Well, yeah, you look like you're all bundled up there.
Yeah. Oh.
But you can still hang around with us every day. We would
All right. Bye-bye
All right.
for now.
All right. See you later, man. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Chevy, and everyone for
Easier in the
dropping links.
summer.
Why
Because
can't
in
I
the
think of
summer
the
you're
name
wearing
of that?
t-shirts and you can get your arms wet.
Is it Fish
And
Fam
everybody
something,
first.
Mary?
Talking about the messenger group or
No, he found it on Fish Fam something. Is it
oh
where
on
everybody
Facebook?
lists
Yeah, I
everything
can't.
that's going on?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's like Fish Fam for Life or something.
something. Yeah, but that's where he found it. So I'm just saying it works with people go in and list their shows.
Yeah. Community stream times.
Maybe
Wait a
that's
minute. Is that it, Chevy? Wait, Chevy just dropped the link. Let me see.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Chevy.
Okay.
Oh, something Fisher.
Subscribe to YouTube. Okay.
Fisher Beaver's doing one on his website.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is something different.
Do you girls see any other questions?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's got all the
Right. That's where he found it, I believe.
yeah.
On Fisher and Beaver or
Yeah.
Facebook?
And we've got everybody's stream. Oh, this is cool.
As I say, it's some place where somebody so it's Fisher Fever lists what's going on.
Every live stream going on. Excellent.
Right, and
yes.
where to find it.
Huh. Okay.
And so I believe that's
neat.
how he found.
So
Catfish
Chevy
Terry
Fish
and
just
now
dropped
here.
that link. Yeah.
She would know
So
because
that's
she's
cool.
going everywhere.
hmm
Right.
Thank you, Chevy.
I didn't know.
Appreciate you.
I knew what I was talking about. Didn't know the name, but I just wanted
Right.
to say it's working.
Okay.
People
That's
are
really
finding it.
neat.
Alex says he's used eggshells plenty. He
Yes.
boils them and crushes them and puts them in his HOB.
It's hang on the back.
Right.
I've never heard of
I
that
think it's
method,
all.
but that's cool.
Yeah.
We mentioned before, though, I don't think you have to boil them, but I guess he likes to boil them.
Well, there's organic material that
Sterilized.
the fish will eat.
Yeah.
Lee, has anyone ever tried fishing in their fish tanks? If so, why? Is it like practicing for the real world? No, it's not. You, the fish in the fish tank tend to be much more voracious than wild fish, I think. Although it does give you a sense of how they do what they do. I have done that um, when I had big fish and not a big net and needed to get something out, particularly in saltwater. I've done it in saltwater where I've had wrasses that were being destructive and bullies and were too fast to catch. So I've actually used a little sabiki rig and managed to snag them and pop them out of the tank.
Never thought of that.
Alishan is saying Facebook Fish Tubers notification page
Okay.
posts daily news streams, live streams, not always accurate. Yeah, particularly when you're changing things.
Oh,
Okay.
that ding was me sending that link to our little group chat.
Yeah, I see
So we've
that.
got it. Okay. That way we can access it.
That's a true
Helps
favor.
people keep from overlapping each other and,
The
that kind of
best you
good
can
stuff.
do. There's
Yeah,
Right.
it's got it to the point where it happens anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
there's too many people. Well, I
Hello,
don't mean it
Science
that way,
Gal.
but there's a lot
more
of
and
people.
more. Yeah,
So many
yeah,
hours,
right.
There's Science Gal, who you're going to be on with Sunday.
Oh, you are.
Yes.
Robert Tillica has an interesting question. Can the sand grains be so thin, so tiny, that the roots cannot get through? For example, 0.2 to 0.8 millimeter grain. I use like 0.20. The swimming pool filter sand is 0.20 to 0.25 grain. Um, and my answer to the question is no. It cannot be so fine that the roots cannot get through, except in the case of clay, which is too fine to get through. I don't know what the actual density of the particulate matter is, but it is sufficiently fine. Bye, Betsy. Thank you. It is sufficiently fine that effectively nothing gets through, not even water. Um, so, yeah, I guess it can be too fine, but any sand is not likely to be, really not going to be. If it is a sand that is distinguishable as sand, I have used art sand, which is extremely fine, and that works. Roots go into it without any trouble at all. As sand gets finer, it gets lighter and really is uh, easier for the roots to get through. So it tends not to be an issue. Also, the fact that sand is not um, smooth; it's coarse. It has rough edges, means that it's not going to sit it on top of itself and form a compressed bed. It's going to form a broken kind of bed that will have gaps, however tiny. The root hairs will be able to get into those gaps, and they will move it if need be to get further in. So it you can't have it too fine, is my experience, unless you go absolutely nuts. But the finest sand you're likely to find is the art sand, which I think is Sahara sand. Sahara desert sand is some of the finest in the world.
It is pretty fine. It'll float for a while.
Yeah, it does float for a while. That's
I
right.
just keep, running my hand
It
through
keeps
it.
splashing, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. Yeah.
And sometimes I
Right,
don't run my filter for a little bit so that it will settle.
right. Um, I want to take a bit of a break here. This is a good spot to do it. Let's how cute is that?
Very cute.
We lost Mary and Joey. Stephanie, GRB, made it as far north as Uluru. I haven't spelled that right. Then got up to the Great Barrier Reef. It was wonderful. Love chatting with you. Brings back such good memories. Wow. Nice.
I have a question, Father Fish.
Yeah.
Where's your echo? All right. So if I'm trying to set up this other 40-gallon for salt water, we're gonna try to go look for like river sand or something to put in there, maybe some mud. But then
Go to the beach. Go to the beach. You're right at the ocean.
Well, we're at the river.
Well, go over to the ocean.
Okay.
You'll get the right kind of bacteria.
Okay.
You want to go out into the water. Go out into the water and dig up sand that is not exposed to the air.
Okay.
If you can do that, and then make it about 4 inches deep, and that's all you need. If you can do that, it'll have a lot of detritus in it. Father Fish.
Really?
Hello. Yes, this is Father. InsuranceDeals.com. Glory. What a waste of time. Hello, guys. We're all back.
We're all back.
Ah.
I was wondering if I should cap it with like some black sand or not.
If you like it, sure. It's up to you. Yeah.
Well, what's your opinion on the fish? What do they look better against, the white or the black?
The white. A lot of them will hide in the black. You won't see them, particularly ones that stay on the bottom. They'll just kind of disappear. They'll turn black and use it as camouflage. There he is. Good morning.
Did you combine the worm bins?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was not a whole lot left in the bottom one.
The other one wasn't looking good this morning either.
Both of them. Well,
it was looking okay yesterday too. But...
Yeah, they were both. Did you just now check them?
Yep.
Oh, they're wonderful compared to what they were an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were really bad an hour ago.
They smelled bad yesterday, but there wasn't that much dead.
Well, there was a lot of dead. I pulled out big chunks.
This is Bacall.
Is that bogey or Bacall? I'm trying to remember.
But we got
Hi,
here now
Bacall.
it's a lot.
That's what I had to do.
Doesn't matter. No.
I had to take the dogs out.
Are we going to 10 nowadays, guys, or is it 9 to 10?
With Richard. Have
10,
fun.
9 to
you.
10. I don't know.
Thanks, Joey.
Up to
The
10:30.
video we put out yesterday,
It's at about 700.
which is normally our plateau point. It's
Yeah.
been 24 hours, so I like that.
It's not quite. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good.
Not bad.
I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll see you later.
Okay. Have fun. All right.
Bye, Thomas.
Oh, Petra Man, that's Bacall. I have two little Yorkies, Bogey and Bacall. Yes, she does love me.
Joey, what's your name again? Can you tell us your full name?
Where are we? Steph, where are we? I'm sorry.
No, I was asking Joey a question. What's your full name again? I forget.
My personal full name
Yes.
is Joaquin.
Joaquin. Okay.
It's spelled like Joaquin. Joaquin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I remembered it correctly.
That was a tough one as a kid, I gotta tell you. When everybody was
Bye,
Stephanie
Stephanie.
and Holly and Mary and had really nice, easy names, and I was Joaquin. It was rough.
So is that a female name for Joey? Is that like the girl name?
Usually it's Josephine.
I don't know where. I
isn't
mean,
it?
my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was a Joaquin, and actually my daughter is also Joaquin. But
Huh.
my mom was Joe, so they just called me Joey.
Joey, right.
And my daughter's Teddy because we have so many Joes in my family. When we brought her home from the hospital, we didn't have a nickname for her because she had my same first name. So my son kept looking at her in the cradle, just walking by, going, Teddy, Teddy, like a teddy bear. So that's what
It
she's
just
been
stuck.
ever since.
That's how it happens.
See, Stephanie says too many Joeys in the family because her husband is Joe, and her son is Joe. We call him Bo. My son's Joe.
Yeah. I had an uncle named Joe. And then I know a Joe through like a sister-in-law's dad is Joe.
Yeah.
A lot of Joes.
When we were going to bluegrass festivals, people used to call my son Joe number 7 because he was the 7th Joe. So they would just call him 7.
There you go. Quite a tradition, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So GRV is giving us a tutorial on clay and sand.
I'm missing it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He's saying the nature of sand is such that it is permeable. That roots can always go through it regardless of its density. But he's also saying that here at 950, sands with silt and clay particles can cause issues. The so-called dirty water rinsed out is usually silt and clay particles.
Okay.
Nice.
So basically, they pack more because they have the clay and stuff in them.
Yeah,
which is what we were talking about. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But I think, can we just clarify one thing? That the point you made is by using the kitty litter that's baked, it doesn't break down and pack as much. I'm assuming that's the reason for
Well,
using it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Novak has been using that in his plenums. And he uses it for that reason, that it doesn't melt, it doesn't become mud. It maintains its particular consistency and is able to absorb nitrates, which is the whole function of his
right.
His
natural filtering.
Yeah.
GRB, I think that's my new goal in life.
You could sprinkle it in a little more sparingly. So like use it like perlite.
He says I'm inspiring him to keep goldfish. I think that's my new calling.
Ah, bravo.
Oh yeah. You're
Bravo.
lovely goldfish. They're inspiring. And then Alex had a question for you, Joey. Did he spell your name correctly?
Oh, I'm so all over the place in the chat. I didn't even see where it was.
Is it Joaquin?
Correct.
That's right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good job, Alex.
Yeah, Alex is saying the faster you move through sand with more force, the more resistance is encountered. which is precisely why we use sand on top of of soils of deep substrate in order to reduce the water flow going through the sand. We don't want water coursing through the sand. We want it moving at the speed of the animals, the bacteria, and other microscopic life that's living in there, that's moving it with their cilia. So by the time it gets down to an inch and a half or so, the speed of the water going in is slowed to the point where it's moving at the speed of the cilia. So it's actually the life in the sand that is moving the water and then moving it down into the deeper levels. At that level, it precipitates more heavily and more appropriately, so that the particulate matter that's in the water will will continue to sink. There's no water movement to prevent that from happening, so it precipitates into the sand bed, and that or into the deep substrate, the soil bed, and uh, that then in time breaks down, and the roots of the plants in time go into that layer, and it becomes a fully cycled system. It takes quite a long time for that to happen. So that the principle of having that 2 inches of sand, which is an absolute minimum, 2 inches of sand on top of the dirted substrate, prevents that deeper substrate, that dirt, from working its way up through the sand into the water column. Anything less than 2 inches, and it's not going to be effective. Now, if there is heavy mulm, that mulm could fill that 2 inches of sand, and it then is precipitating into the soil at a slow enough rate that there's more mulm building up that is precipitating through. So the solution is to add another inch of sand. Add more sand. So at 2.5 to 3 inches, the mulm then should be able to settle into that sand level and continue its precipitation down into the soil. And it should work at that level. If it does not, then add more sand. The whole principle is to get the mulm producing that's produced by the biomass in the water column to get down into the sand, so it can work its way through into the deeper layers and be broken down and then be taken up as nutrition. That gives you the full cycle. And that cycle may not occur at 2 inches of sand. You may need more. If you're getting mulm in your tank, add more sand, and it will create more space between the sand grains for that mulm to settle into the deep substrate. Hope you understand what I'm saying. It really does work, and I have tanks that have been set up for 8 to 10 years that never have mulm, but they've got total substrates of 4 to 6 inches, and they're bigger tanks. I even have some 20-gallon longs with 5 inches of substrate. That's a tank 10 inches tall, half of which is substrate. And they're some of the best tanks I have. They grow plants well, the fish are happy in them. It's not a lot of viewing space. I don't recommend 20 longs, but it works, and it works really well. Ten-inch sand bed gonna add 2 more inches. Petroman, he's got a 10-inch sand bed gonna add 2 more inches. Well, there you go. It cannot be too deep. It simply cannot. Thomas designed a tank that we have yet to put together that sits on the floor. The bottom 3 feet is a
Yes,
solid
exactly.
material full of dirt, full of sand and dirt, and the top foot to 2 foot is glass wall. So it's a 4 foot or 5 foot tall tank, but only the top 2 feet is visible. The rest of it is whatever the material would be to be able to hold all the water. That would be a tremendous amount of pressure and very, very heavy. I don't recommend doing a 5 foot deep tank, but the principle is that the deeper the substrate, the more effective the tank is going to be. So we simply do 1 inches of dirt and 2 inches of sand to make it reasonable for uh, for beginners to feel comfortable doing this. But once you get into it, you're going to want to add more sand. You're going to want to make that substrate deeper because it simply balances the tank better. It makes it a healthier tank.
Well, now you've created another question with all the
just-
stuff from
Mhm.
James.
I
By
was
James.
responding to James.
Go ahead and read it.
Okay.
He says, now I'm confused. If the mom is traveling through sand towards the bottom layer, why add more sand? To slow the process? Question mark.
No, to contain all the malm. If you have malm sitting on the surface and you add more sand, that malm will go into the sand, so you will not have malm sitting on the surface of the substrate. Uh, which
You're welcome.
there's some people that don't mind it. It depends on the tank. In my tanks, I'm going in and stirring them up all the time, so it becomes a problem because I can't catch fish out of it. So I kind of have to do it. If it doesn't bother you, it's fine. Um, if you don't want malm or you find yourself wanting to siphon it out all the time, just add a little more sand and it'll allow that malm to go in and you'll reach a balance with it where it will be moving through the substrate at a rate that allows the new malm being precipitated to go into the substrate. Otherwise, it'll sit on the top. So you keep adding sand until you reach a level where all of the malm is going into the substrate, and that may be at 6-7 inches, but it's typically not. It's typically at 3 to 4 inches total depth.
We need a new father fish aquarium as well. The tank. We
Come
need
again?
a new tank size for our deep sand substrate method. They're gonna have to start making tanks taller.
Yeah,
I tell you what, a 15-gallon tall's perfect.
Gary's got it.
the 3 foot tanks are nice in that respect because you can. The problem with the 3 foot tanks is you can't get down in them to plant plants in the bottom. But if you have a foot of substrate,
Yeah.
that only gives you 2 feet to go down, and that's manageable.
That's right. I made a comment on someone's video one time. I think he was using the portrait. It was either 5 gallons. It was like berries. And I said, you need to add, it's a perfect tank to add more substrate in there. But he didn't want to do it. He thought it was difficult to keep clean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Xanadu
nice.
just got a mug. All right.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
You want to get rid of rainwater?
1004.
Wonderful.
Robert. Yeah, Robert
Some
says, how
people
do you
don't
get
like
rid of
it.
green
Someone
water?
said he didn't want to get rid of it.
Put Daphne in it. They'll eat it up quickly.
There you go.
But what if they can't get that?
Add plants. If you add plants, it'll gradually disappear. It exists by virtue of nutrition in the water column and no competition from other kinds of plants. So by adding other kinds of plants, they absorb nutrition and starve the. It creates a balance, and the green water The green water will eventually just disappear. It will anyway. You cannot, I defy you to keep green water in a tank for more than 90 days, typically for more than 30 days. And the reason is it burns up all the nutrition.
I have a tank that has green water, and it's had green water for months. And you know why I don't do anything about it? Because
Why?
I
Please tell us.
I brought home a few, rescue goldfish, whatever you want to call them. little stragglers here and there that you feel sorry for, and you're like, I'll take that. But I keep them in there when I bring them in, and they're not necessarily healthy. And they have become so healthy in that tank, and their color is back and vibrant. I just let it stay green because it brings back those little misfit fish for me.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah. It's very nutritional, particularly for a plant eating fish like goldfish.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing great in there. I bought one fish back that was in a tank with koi and shabunkins. And I saw this little fish in there, and they kept swimming by it and bumping it and swimming by it and bumping it. And I'm thinking, that's only going to last a few more days of getting bumped every other fish. And it was a little fantail goldfish in there that I brought home, somehow thrown in with the single tails. And it didn't look like a fantail.
Really? Wonder why.
So I rescued it, put it in my little green water tank.
So you have a green water. Does that mean it's set up like in a sunny spot? How did you get the green water?
I don't know. It's not in a particularly sunny spot. No, it just went from being perfectly clear to all of a sudden green. But it was good for the fish, so I left it alone.
Yeah, if you have a tank that has no other plants in it, and it's a plant that's got fish in it, that's got a lot of nutrition, all it takes is one cell, one plant cell from a single cell algae to get in there. And it's no different from hair algae, moss algae, any other algae. It's simply another kind of algae. It's a single cell algae rather than a chain algae or an algae that grows and forms in some other way. So that's all it is. It's algae.
Brienne's asking Father Fish,
I was just going to say that, but go ahead.
About the stickers. Did you see it, or did you get stickers out to her?
Did you get an email
I'm
from
sorry, I
Brienne?
don't have a sticker. If I had one, I would send it to you.
Did you send this like a few days ago, Brianne?
Yeah, I think
I sent out stickers. What day? Friday, Saturday.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I sent out 3 packages Saturday.
Well,
so
if you don't get them this week, let us know, and we'll have Father Fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Lee, I just have 2 Anubias in there. That's it. The rest of it's just fake plants because goldfish are kind of rough on them. But thank you.
That's a relatively high maintenance tank behind Joey. He's got a lot of big fish in it.
But I don't do a lot of maintenance. I do a water change like every 2 or 3 weeks, and then I squeeze out my sponges done. It's actually this particular tank is one of my easiest tanks for whatever reason. And I do have a lot of
sponge in there. Where is the sponge?
What's your feeding schedule?
Twice a day, a lot.
Really?
A lot of food, twice a day.
A lot of
And
food
you've got,
twice a day. That's how I like to
you have hang-on-the-back filters?
Yeah, it's a 75-gallon tank. I have an AquaClear 110, and I just have sponges in there. Not, and I usually, like I said, do a 50% water change every 2-3 weeks, and then I rinse out my sponges, and then I toss everything back in and start her back up, and in like 10-12 hours, it's perfectly clear.
So about twice a month.
Yeah,
those hang-on backs are great.
They're
really great.
Again.
Yeah, I call that high maintenance.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Well, because it's every couple of weeks.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you just leave yours alone. Yeah, so it's
as opposed to once every 6 months. Yeah. But with the number of fish you have in there and the type of fish, that's absolutely requisite. There's really no way around that, and
Right.
it is maintaining the health of the fish. Now the other issue with that tank is you have well water,
Mhm.
uh, and I assume that it's hard alkaline water.
It is.
So you're maintaining a pH of between 7.5 and 8.0,
Yes.
and a DH of probably 200 plus.
I don't test, but I would assume yes.
Yeah, right.
Um,
And by doing that 50% water change, you can get away with it. Number one, because there's no chlorine in the water, and number two,
yes,
because it's perfectly pure water.
it is. And so I guess when I say low maintenance, it's low maintenance for a goldfish tank that's this heavily stocked.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I mean
Right.
when I refer to low maintenance.
Right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
you're not
you're 100%
cleaning it
right.
every couple of days or every week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it seems it works. Like I said, it's a little cloudy right now. They're spawning again, so that will make the water cloudy. But yeah, and I feed a lot, but I have to because I'm breeding now.
Yeah. What do you feed? What food do you feed?
I go against all your rules. I feed a mix. I probably feed 10 to 15 different kinds of foods that I keep on hand, and I'm always buying something different and rotate, and I feed something. I just kind of go through that rotation, so they get something different twice a day till I get through the jars, and then I start over.
Right.
And I feed things like I have some veggie kelp pellets that I like to feed them. I have goldfish pellets. I feed them tropical fish food too because I like to have a balance and keep the protein up. So I just rotate them, and it works because they're plenty fat and they spawn all the time. So I figure I've got to be doing something right, and that's what I do.
Nice.
And you've got a big sponge, and is that what's creating the bubbles?
No, the bubbles is just an air stone sitting on top of a rock. That's just. But over here, that comes down and hits that pagoda. And so it does its own little aeration there, and that's the filter itself that's coming down. And it's just, like the aqua clear sponges, the porous white sponges that aqua clear sells.
Yeah.
I keep like 2 stacked in there.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the sponge that goes in the tank, the giant thing.
No.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Hold on.
I know what you're talking about. But
yeah.
Let me pick up Dreamweaver while she's gone. Our shell dweller tanks are 75% sand, 25% aragonite because they dig. I use swords and anubias and tend to get hair algae, water changes, and decreasing light on times. Any opinion on stopping the hair algae?
So this is one that I've hacked up, but I don't know if I get it close enough. Can you see the pores?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty coarse.
I use a porous sponge, double stack it. So I got a lot of.
That's what I have in my 20.
Bacteria going in these sponges.
Nice.
And they're not white anymore.
No, mine is not white either. Mine's brown.
Yeah. Thank you, Joey. So Dreamweaver wants to stop hair algae. What I would recommend is something in there to eat the hair algae. Snails, nearite snails are good. Something that's not going to bother the shell dwellers. You can try
true SAEs, right?
Yeah, you can try pleco, like bristlenose pleco, rubber lip pleco. The autosynclus. Snails might be the best bet. Just go after it that way. The problem is until you get every last every last shred of it, it's going to keep growing. So you need something that can do that. And you really can't kill it without damaging your other plants. Um, so try something to eat it. That I think that'll work for you, and it'll resolve the issue.
Or you can just pull it out with tweezers and roll it into moss balls.
There you go.
I knew that would get it.
Yeah.
There you
Make
go.
your own, knit yourself up a moss ball.
Yeah, only the little Japanese people can do that.
You could try like a small LED light, like a real cheap one. Like
What about it?
Well, that's what I had when my Anubias was doing really well. And before I switched lights, I had the standard hood aquarium light that came with the kit. And it did not grow hair algae.
Well, it's because you did not have any in there.
Too strong of light, though. Now I've got a brighter light and I've got really long hair algae.
Right. Since
Did you read Chevy's comment?
Where?
Chevy Fish at 10:16.
Yeah.
It just made me laugh.
Was it? Her rinse disappearing too?
Yes,
well,
yes.
That makes me not feel so bad then.
10:16. Oh, I got it.
I hope so, Chevy. I hope so.
Oh, that's funny.
I told her, I said, if it keeps it up, I'm leaving. I'm just going to go.
Yeah, Chevy went down with me.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, no idea what's causing that. That's really strange.
I know. I feel like it's like someone's hacking it.
I don't know how they could, though.
How? Right. I don't see how. What
There's
kills
another...
me is he goes in and changes it, and it still doesn't change it. And it
Right.
says you're a mod, but it won't give you a wrench.
Well, I tried to post a link earlier, so I mean, if I'm unable to post links, maybe that's why. Like, it's not working.
Oh, Lord knows.
I can try again. I saw some people posting links without like the @ symbol.
Yeah.
So it looks like
did it.
it's working again.
Yeah, I posted Father Fish's the couple of links a minute ago and it worked.
It was working again? Okay.
S was talking about dehydrating plants to make like fish and shrimp food. Sorry, the puppies are screaming.
Are those your puppies?
Yes.
You're going to have to pick those puppies up.
I know it. And then there's a question from Jero Garcia at 10:16 for an axolotl tank. Says, hi guys. Well, let me let y'all read it. Let me shut these puppies down.
I see it.
They're getting bad, right?
My goodness, it must be hungry.
From Jero.
You got to go with what works.
Well, a dirted aquarium and a lot of duckweed work in keeping the water balance for enough to make it no water change for an axolotl. Yeah, sure. The duckweed, axolotls are not a plant eater, so you can grow plants in it. They're not going to slow down the axolotl. You can do duckweed, and you really don't need to look in the tank so much, I guess, with axolotl. I don't know why you want to use duckweed specifically. There are a number of other plants that are a lot nicer. I like Rickia real well as a floating surface plant. There are others. Water Sprite would be a really good plant with axolotl. It grows fast. It'll grow up out of the tank. You can root it. It has big stems. It's just it's a very, very hardy plant. It's pretty easy to grow. Water Sprite, and will also grow as a surface plant. And it tends to break off lots and lots of babies. I mean, I think it would be a good plant with axolotl. It would allow them to come up too. One of the axolotl are a salamander. They're actually a tiger salamander that has arrested development as a permanent condition. Um, by allowing them to come up closer to the surface, which they could do with the water sprite, it might just give them a little more activity in the tank. Let's see.
I haven't checked the likes.
We got 44 likes
on the likes.
and 61 watching.
Yep, 61 watching, y'all. Please hit the like button.
They do it for you, Mary. When you ask, people will hit the like button.
Y'all hit that like button.
When I ask,
let's watch it go up fast.
Oh, here's Aquarium Cop's going nuts here. At 10:20. Say, Father Fish is the sexiest man alive. Mary, the pups want your toes. Patrick, your tank is insanely clean and beautiful. Will you upgrade it for those water piggies? I don't know what he means.
Are you going to get a bigger tank, I think is what he means.
Oh, I don't know, because I find that for me, I like that size tank for breeding. I feel, I don't know. I just do well with here. They're all done growing. They're not going to get any bigger.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. And I think they're, and then I move them around too. Like as I want to breed different combinations, I'll take a few fish out of here and put them somewhere else. And
do you pick them up with your hand when you move them around, or do you use a net?
I usually use a net. What I do is I net them, and I pull them close to the glass and pull them up. Then I reach around and with the net, I grab them gently and hold them, and then I walk them to another tank. So they're not flopping in the net. I'm holding.
Yeah, the problem with holding big fish in your hand is they're very slimy. They can get out of your hand easily.
That's why.
And they will.
Disturbs the slime coat a little, but I'm really gentle and I haven't had any issues. So that's how I do it.
Yeah, it does disturb the slime coat. I like as much as possible to catch fish with my hands because it's much more gentle than a net. But with big fish, you can't get away with it.
Right. I was like, the smaller ones I can lift up with my hand, but you're right. These guys, because it's better to disturb the slime coat a little than to have them launch across the run.
Right.
And smack on the floor. So that's how I do it.
But when we fish, we're handling those fish all the time and disturbing their slime coat.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell my husband that too. I'm like, you're messing with their slime coat.
Well, probably the hook in the mouth isn't very pleasant.
Well, I don't like that either. I don't like the hook.
Really.
Catch and release, and they survive it.
Yeah, they survive. They're fine.
Oh, dear.
But I mean, someday I am going to have some bigger, because I'm going to do something in my garage. So I will have some bigger tanks. But I think I will always want to breed them in the smaller tanks. I feel like I have more control over who's doing it.
Yeah.
My Daniels were going crazy this morning, so I think they were trying to spawn.
Probably.
They like to go around the sword plant.
Every morning, Cassie, typically. Some of those Daniels.
They might, but they were being super feisty this morning. I'm like, oh, look at them.
But they eat the eggs as fast as they drop them.
That's what I would do.
That's great.
They're probably dropping them and eating them, and that's what I'm watching.
Yeah.
My other fish, I found out the name of my other fish, by the way, from the pond. I was calling it a brim. And it really looks like a scarlet batis. Because when I saw Alex's fish in his fish tank, I'm like, that looks like my fish. They look similar. But I looked it up, and it's a bluegill fingerling.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, baby bluegill.
Yeah, it probably is a
fish.
Yeah.
But it follows them around, and I think it's eating their eggs as they're dropping them.
No, absolutely. Here there's females, and you'll see the males that go up under the females, and they bump them, and they drop out. It's like a little Pez dispenser. They drop out a couple eggs, they eat them, and they go on, and then they bump them again. There's more eggs. It's like
Now, those eggs are adhesive, So what are they attaching to?
Well, I have to tell you, this is really secretive, expensive, elusive. I mean, I can't share the secret for spawning. What you need if you want to spawn your goldfish successfully is a cheerleader pom-pom.
Is that what that is? I was asked. What is that?
Spawning mop. Perfect.
And I made my own out of yarn and all the business, but they are heavy. But they start to deteriorate, and you find them in your water column and in your filter, regardless of what anybody says. They start to break down. Yeah. So this is light, fluffy. The eggs attach really well. I can clean them in between. So yeah, you need a cheerleader pom-pom. I upgraded with a green one. I didn't want blue or red. Got green.
So it's
so where did you find that pom-pom?
Amazon.
Is it on Amazon? Okay.
Is it plastic?
Yeah, they're little. It's like Easter grass.
Okay, right.
Literally
that too.
Yeah.
It has little holes
that would work.
Little fingers.
Yeah.
And I have it. I have it.
It looks like a plant. It's really cool.
I know
it's pretty, isn't it? Yeah.
I have the ring through the suction cup, and it's suction cup to the front of the tank, and they spawn in there. When I see the right female that I want, then I pull them up.
You just pull it out. Oh,
yeah.
There's the one I want. Is that your secret that you don't tell people?
I don't pull them up.
Well, it looks great.
Well, thank you. Tisha's saying thank you for the birthday wishes and the song. She's back.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday again, Tisha. Happy birthday to you.
And show me the cake.
All righty, guys. We're down to it here. Thank you all. Wonderful. Great day. Enjoyed it all. Nice to have some guests up.
Yeah.
We will
Happy birthday again.
We will see you in the morning.
Here's some puppy bye-bye.
Right. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
You're a mean one. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a sea urchin. You're as charming as an eel. Just a silver dollar. You're a bad banana. You have angels in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a sea crocodile. Mr. Silver Dollar, you're a foul one. Friends, they're a wolf pack. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot net. You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You've got garlic. You've got garlic in your soul. All them pins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish. I don't play around. Ew. Who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You've got garlic. You've got garlic in your soul. All them pins, I shredded them. All them angel fish, I took them down. You can ask Father Fish. I don't play around. Ew. Who's this mean fishy with his scales all silver and his eyes all black? La la la, what you so mean for? Halloween coming round and we ain't knocking at your door.
Yeah. Bye bye, all. Nice to meet with you. Bye bye.
Everybody have a great day.
See you all in the morning.